In the heart of India lies a city, ancient and sacred, where time seems to pause. Ayodhya, with its narrow lanes and riverbanks that echo with the chants of pilgrims, has always been more than just a place. It is a symbol of faith, history, and deep-rooted emotions that span centuries. But for decades, Ayodhya was also a symbol of struggle, of a dream that seemed so close, yet so far. The story begins in the early 16th century, during the reign of Babur, the first Mughal emperor of India. It is said that a grand temple dedicated to Lord Ram once stood in Ayodhya, marking the birthplace of the revered deity. However, Babur's general, Mir Baqi, reportedly demolished this temple and constructed a mosque in its place, the Babri Masjid. Over time, this site became a bone of contention, a place where history, faith, and politics collided. For centuries, the site remained a point of quiet tension, but as the 20th century rolled in, this tension began to bubble to the surface. It was the early 1980s when the call for the Ram Mandir's construction grew louder. Hindus across the country, especially the devotees of Lord Ram, began to demand that the site be returned, that a grand temple be built in place of the mosque. In 1984, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad (VHP) launched a movement to reclaim the site. The movement gained momentum, and soon, the issue of the Ram Mandir became a national debate. Politicians, religious leaders, and common people found themselves drawn into the vortex of this struggle. The dream of building the Ram Mandir was no longer just a religious aspiration. It became a symbol of identity, pride, and perseverance. But the path to fulfilling this dream was riddled with challenges. In 1992, the movement reached a boiling point. Thousands of Karsevaks, volunteers, gathered in Ayodhya, their hearts brimming with devotion and determination. On 6 December 1992, the Babri Masjid was brought down by a large crowd, sparking riots across the country. The destruction of the mosque led to a deep chasm in the social fabric of India, with violence and unrest erupting in many parts of the country. For years after, Ayodhya remained a heavily guarded, disputed territory. The courts were inundated with petitions, each side presenting its version of history, faith, and law. The issue became a political hot potato, with every election bringing the Ram Mandir back into the limelight. Yet, despite the promises, speeches, and manifestos, the dream remained elusive. But hope, as they say, never dies. In 2010, the Allahabad High Court delivered a verdict that divided the disputed land into three parts, one for the Hindus, one for the Muslims, and one for the Nirmohi Akhara, a Hindu sect. However, this decision didn't bring peace. Instead, it led to appeals in the Supreme Court. Years passed, and the struggle continued. But those who believed in the cause never gave up. They knew that the Ram Mandir was not just about a structure. It was about faith, about fulfilling a promise made to themselves and to their deity. Finally, in November 2019, after decades of legal battles, the Supreme Court of India delivered its verdict. The disputed land was handed over to a trust that would oversee the construction of the Ram Mandir. The court also ordered that an alternate piece of land be provided to the Muslim community for building a mosque. This verdict was met with a mix of emotions, relief, joy, and, for some, a sense of closure. The construction of the Ram Mandir began in earnest in 2020, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi laying the foundation stone. As the temple's walls began to rise, they were not just built of stone and mortar but of the collective faith and resilience of millions. The struggles, sacrifices, and perseverance of countless individuals had finally borne fruit. Yet, even as the Ram Mandir neared completion, the journey was a reminder of how deep faith can run. of how history can shape the present, and of how struggles, no matter how long, can lead to triumphs. The temple, when it stands tall, will not just be a place of worship, it will be a testament to the enduring spirit of those who believed, who fought, and who, despite all odds, never gave up on their dream.